I love the sentence because it's just true and it triggers people all the time. There's not one well-written piece of media from Japan. Japanese people do not know how to write dialogue or stories. They know how to do art and how to create amazing settings, but there's not one well-written story that is made from Japan. Not a single one. Sorry, but this is just true. Everything that's cool from Japan is like visually interesting or like creative settings, but good stories and dialogue does not exist. The reason why you weebs don't like listening to anime with dub is because then the dialogue is actually spoken in a language that you understand. That's a mask-off moment and you realize, holy shit, this stuff is brain dead stupid. What am I watching? But you can accept that. You like when they go a language you don't understand, then you read the subtitles. It's a layer of disconnect that makes you accept it. It's cringe, bro. I'm on fire today, bro. There are some novels and I've consumed a lot of Japanese media and a lot of them is really good, but never because of good writing or good stories. Just not a thing. They can't do it. I mean, how can they? I don't blame them. If you have zero social interaction in your life, how would you know how two people talk to each other? It's impossible. And I'm not just saying this, throwing this out there like, oh, get triggered. I had this thought a while ago and then I thought about it. And like, this can't be right. And then I went through all the Japanese media that I love. And there's so much. I love so many Mario games are amazing. Mario Galaxy, one of my favorite games. Metal Gear, prime example of horrible dialogue. You are deranged if you think Metal Gear Solid 3 has good dialogue.
This bitch is wearing perfume. I've had enough of your judo. You call that an accident?
You would leave the theater if this wasn't an American movie. You'd be like, what? Who wrote this? The Evil Within, but I like that for the gameplay and the horror. Devil May Cry. I don't like the Devil May Cry games. I respect them for what they are, but I don't vibe with them gameplay-wise. Obviously, there's a lot of content that I haven't seen from Japan, obviously. But I'm saying just Death. I love that you just say Death Note. Death Note is a prime example that proves my point. Death Note is the most brain-dead, trash, shitty-ass brainlet show that if you actually enjoy this, then there's something seriously wrong with you. I'm sorry. This is just... I was in a complete state of shock when I watched it. I'm like, this can't be... This is not the show that I was recommended. This is not the show that people are talking about, is it? It's just utter shock what some people consume and you think is well-written shit. So I'm yet to be proven wrong. I will absolutely admit, if I consume a well-written piece of Japanese media, I will say, yo, this is an exception. So far, it doesn't exist. For a moment, I thought, oh, Avatar Last Airbender, made by Americans. Of course. Attack on Titan. I tried, man. After this 8th episode where that fucking little bitch is just... where the entire episode is just that guy crying like a idiot. It's like, what is this? Unwatchable, bro. The first episode of Attack on Titan made me cry. I was like, I finally found an anime that I like. Oh my god, this is so good. Sophie and I were like, oh yes, an anime that is good. And then by episode 8, we're like... I can't watch this anymore. When I watch animes, I already lower my expectations so low that everything that sucks, which is so much, I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. I have to try it. I don't know how you guys do it. It's complete brainletism. At this point, I'm definitely out of the phase of like giving anime a chance. That ship has sailed. I've gone through that phase like a year ago or two, where I really consumed a lot of it and I tried to find like the anime that I like. It's Dragon Ball has a different point in my heart just because I grew up with it. Right, that's nostalgia. If I never seen that, watch it today, I'm like, what is this, bro? Have you seen any Studio Ghibli movie? Don't go down this road, brother. You will only find disappointment. Just like this idea of keep watching, it gets good. Like, bro, the idea of making a good show is that it's good from the beginning. I don't want to watch 5... I mean, the thing about the keep watching, it gets good only works if you like already kind of like it from the beginning. But if you really hate something from the beginning, I would also say just fuck it, bro. I was told so many times, it gets good, it gets good. Usually doesn't happen. I mean, I can name all the anime that I've consumed and all the Japanese animation movies. And I've watched many. Obviously not compared to some crazy weeps here, of course. But I feel like I've consumed a fair amount to where I could come to the conclusion like, doesn't work for me. Bible Black? That shit's pretty good. Don't know about the writing. Didn't hear much of the dialogue there. But the moment that thing is revealed, that was a moment. Shout out to Bible Black. Anyone know what I'm talking about? Look up Bible Black. Open incognito, bro. So, animes that I watched. Trigun. Couldn't even get to the 4th episode. My brain was already rotting away at that point. Full Metal Alchemist. By episode 8, I had to stop. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Now here, I have to say, the first half was probably one of the best anime I've seen in my life. There were a lot of moments there that I thought were not well written. I think the humor does not work in that show at all. My wife and I were hooked. Almost exactly the halfway point of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Can I spoil it? At this point, it's an old show. When they find out that King Bradley, Führer Bradley is like bad and they have to go up north. At that point, it's like a cut. The show never manages to go on that level up again. Like at that point, so much momentum gets out of that show that it never catches up again. So ultimately, kind of a fun show. Probably the best anime, one of the best anime I've seen, but also the writing and the dialogue pretty bad a lot of times. I've watched One Punch Man season 1, enjoyed it, but I enjoyed that for the animation and for the fights. Berserk, the old one that just ends when the sky opens with all the creepy shit, which was fun when the shit opens, but sorry, I only watched that shit because it's so legendary. It must get good. Yo, I was in physical therapy once, physiotherapy once, and I had a really nice therapist there, really cool guy, but he was like, I always get this, yo, anime is cringe, dude. I feel you, man. Anime sucks. Those are always the best recommendations. But that one is amazing. It's the best. You have to watch it. Get ready to get fucking triggered because I know this is popular. I'm sorry. Just one man's opinion. You can go out there and enjoy it. He recommended to me Hunter x Hunter. And he's like, this is the best thing that's ever been made. I watched it and I kind of enjoyed the beginning. You know, the competition they have to do. But once that competition ends and they're like, huh, they have the different energy levels. You have the Nen and the Zen and the Ben and that house and the Zen and you have to focus the Zen. It's like, shut up! What is this, science class? Dog. Bro, I had to turn that shit right off. You have ADHD. Cowboy Bebop. Watch the first episode. It was fine. Just fine, boring stuff. Respect to it. Respect. I heard it's great cultural impact. Respect. Watch it. Great. But I watched it and I'm like, what exactly am I supposed to see here? Jojo never tried that. I watched some One Piece, but that was like, I don't like stories that don't end. Oh, you know, one show that I enjoyed kind of casually is and that show I kind of stumbled into it and I enjoyed it. It's called Baki, but the new one on Netflix that came out like for a few years ago. I watched like the first 9 episodes and kind of enjoyed it a little bit, but then I stopped because I just watched it because like it was kind of badass the way the characters looked, and but whatever. It's not like well written. Still proves my point. It's not a well written show. Detective Conan is another one where I would have to make an exception because that's a show that I grew up with, so I cannot judge it properly. I grew up with it. And now movies. So I watched something called Kiki's Delivery Service. Can I laugh in your face? Spirited Away.
Can I laugh in your face?
Kimi no Nawa. Can I laugh in your face? Kimi no Nawa was like one of the final nails in the coffin where I was like, if people like this, then this is just I'm sorry, I want to die. No Kizzy, sometimes I wish I could just enjoy anime. Just watch it and let my brain rot away and be like, this is great. This is deep. This is fun. But I watch it and I just like, yes, exactly. That's exactly what I think. I'm like, how can you accept this? I dare you. Listen to your favorite anime with a dub. I don't watch it in dub because first of all, I can speak Japanese and I love Japanese culture and the dub is bad. No. The reason why you hate the dub is because suddenly it all sounds too familiar and suddenly it gets exposed for the shitty-ass dialogue that it actually is. You can't do that. That's impossible. A normal person can't lift that in 5 days. You should have to practice for 5 years. Dude, kill brain. Attention deficit disorder. Yeah, and so what? So yeah, I'm sorry. I still have a feeling one day I'll see that anime that I liked. I'll find that one that I can enjoy, and that I won't have to be like, no, it's good for an anime. Oh no, it's okay for an anime. Also, there's a Castlevania show on Netflix. Castlevania that was recommended to me by a good friend, and I enjoyed the first episode. The first episode was like banger, but then it got so boring right after. Tom and Jerry's? No Kizzy. Tom and Jerry's. Yeah! Everyone's just spamming what they want me to watch. I'm done with it, guys. Naruto. With these shows that are so big, I don't have the time commitment. I can watch 5,000 episodes. Okay, I'm sorry. There's one thing that is still on my list that I do have to watch. Akira. That movie is still on my flash drive. And by flash drive, I mean... How do I get out of the sentence? That flash drive goes to another school. And I do still have to watch that one. Okay, everybody, take care. Even if you watch anime, you can still be a great person one day, all right? It's possible.